Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine. Today I will present my DEX research about making music easier to use to help older adults feel less lonely and more confident with digital tools. In this presentation, I'll briefly introduce the aims and motivations and then explain my methodology. Next, share the findings from academic research and commercial music apps, and finally, present the expected next steps. First, I want to explain why this topic matters. Older adults are an increasingly important user group. In my introduction, I highlight that by 2030, there will be 1.4 billion elderly people worldwide, while 25% feel socially isolated, and 55% feel frustrated by digital tools. From an ECD perspective, the problem is that current music apps are mainly designed for younger users. They often overlook elderly people's needs. My project therefore focuses on two mains. First, to present findings about senior experience when using music apps, and second, to investigate how more intuitive and accessible interfaces can improve older adults' confidence with digital tools. For the method, I search academic resources, use keywords such as low digital skills, technology-related anxiety, empathy, music therapy, etc. My resources include ACM Library, Google Scholar, and many others. In total, I reviewed 20 academic papers and 5 digital products. My process was to research, scan abstract and conclusions, identify the most relevant papers, summarize the insights, and then connect them with existing commercial apps. From the research, I found 4 main challenges for senior. The first is trend-focused design. Many digital products are made mainly for younger users. The second is high cognitive load. Complex navigation and too many choices can be overwhelming. The third is low digital confidence. Seniors may hesitate to explore unfamiliar systems. And the fourth is limited emotional support. Many systems don't provide enough guidance or supportive feedback. These challenges often lead to poor negative experience, frustration, anxiety, isolation, low confidence. I also felt that senior values more than efficiency alone. They value autonomy and independence, family and social connection, emotional balance, and positive emotional goals. This means good design for older adults should not help them complete tasks, but also help them feel capable, supported, and emotionally connected. So based on this, I identify 5 directions for age-friendly design. These are as simple and low cognitive interfaces, confidence-building interactions, emotionally supportive design, and intuitive interaction and support for independent use. In other words, the desired experience is to reduce frustration and loneliness, enhance well-being, and greater independence use. I then look at 5 commercial music apps: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, and Tidal. Rather than discussing every feature in detail, my main takeaway is existing apps do have some age-friendly strength, but none of them is truly designed for senior first. Apple Music is strong in Siri voice control, larger text, voiceover, and offline listening. It supports independent use quite well, especially for people already in the Apple ecosystem. However, its browsing experience is still quite dense and not simplified for senior. Spotify works well across devices and supports accessibility settings and voice assistants like Siri and Alexa. Its strength is familiarity and cross-device confidence, but it is still discovery heavy and trend oriented, which can increase cognitive load. YouTube Music stands out because users can upload their own music. This is important because personal music can trigger nostalgia and biological memory. However, the interface is still content dense and many useful features depend on premium or Google ecosystem. Amazon Music is especially strong when combined with Alexa. Hands-free voice interaction can reduce both physical and cognitive effort, especially in the home. But without smart speakers, the app feels more like a standard mainstream service. Finally, Tito offers speaker connection and a general accessibility commitment. Its strength is more about emotional immersion and focused listening. But compared to the others, it is weaker in simplicity and confidence building support. So across all five apps, the strongest age-friendly features are voice interaction, familiar music access, and easy playback across devices. However, the biggest gap remained cognitive load, lack of confidence, building guidance, and the absence of a truly senior-oriented interface. That is the most important conclusion from the commercial review. For the next step, I plan to validate this DEX research finding with real older adults. I propose recruiting 6 to 8 participants using semi-structured interviews and observation with existing music apps. To conclude, designing for older adults is not only about making things simpler, it is also about building confidence, supporting independence, and creating more emotionally meaningful experience. These are references to support my insights. Thank you for listening.